There is a voice that speaks in the silence of your life. A voice that does not shout, yet it shakes destinies. A voice that does not argue, yet it changes reality. And today, that voice is speaking over you. You will be a billionaire. Not just in money, but in purpose, in influence, in divine favor. But here is the question that should grip your heart right now. If God has already spoken it, why are you still living like it's impossible? Why are you still doubting what heaven has already decided? Why are you still shrinking when your destiny is expanding? Stay with me, because in this message, you are going to discover something life-changing. How divine vision turns into reality. How faith creates substance. And how your future is waiting on your belief. If you miss this, you may delay what God has already prepared for you. But if you receive it, everything can change. There is a principle in the spiritual world that many people overlook. You cannot possess what you cannot see. Before anything becomes reality in your hands, it must first become real in your spirit. God does not begin with your bank account. He begins with your vision. If God says, you will be a billionaire, He's not just talking about numbers. He's talking about a dimension of thinking, believing, and seeing that you must enter. Because as long as you see yourself as limited, you will live limited. As long as you imagine lack, you will experience lack. But the moment your inner picture changes, your outer world begins to rearrange. Close your eyes for a moment, not physically, but spiritually, and ask yourself, what do I really see for my life? Do you see struggle? Do you see barely surviving? Or do you see abundance, influence, and overflow? Because God will work with the image you hold. Faith is not just believing quietly. Faith speaks. Faith declares. Faith creates. When God created the world, He did not think it into existence. He spoke it. And you are created in that same image. That means your words are not empty, they are seeds. Every time you say, I can't, you plant limitation. Every time you say, it's impossible, you water defeat. But when you align your words with God's promise, I will rise, I will succeed, I will prosper, you begin to activate something powerful. You begin to call your future into existence. But there is something that stops many people: small thinking. You believe in God, but you limit Him. You pray, but you expect little. You hope, but you prepare for failure. Listen carefully. A big God cannot fully operate in a small mindset. If God is saying billionaire and you are thinking just enough, there is a disconnect. You must stretch your imagination. You must expand your expectations, because your life will never rise above the level of your thinking. Now here is the part many people don't like: the process. Just because God spoke it does not mean it happens overnight. There is a season where the vision is invisible. A season where nothing seems to change. a season where you feel like giving up. But this is not delay. This is incubation. Just like a seed under the soil, something is happening that you cannot see. Roots are growing. Strength is forming. Foundations are being built. If you quit in this season, you will never see the harvest. But if you stay faithful, if you keep believing, if you keep speaking, there will come a day when what was hidden suddenly becomes visible. And finally, there is something called divine favor. This is when God begins to open doors you didn't knock on, bring opportunities you didn't chase, connect you with people you didn't know. Favor will take you where effort alone cannot. But favor flows where there is faith. Favor increases where there is obedience. Favor multiplies where there is bold expectation. So today, hear this clearly. God is not limited by your background. He is not restricted by your current situation. He is not intimidated by your lack. If He said, you will be a billionaire, then it means there is something inside you that is capable of carrying that level of blessing. The question is not whether God can do it. The question is, will you believe it? Will you see it before you touch it? Will you speak it before it appears? Will you hold on when nothing makes sense? Because your future is not waiting on time. It is waiting on your faith. And when your faith aligns with His word, nothing can stop what is about to happen in your life. There is a powerful truth that many people overlook, and it quietly determines the direction of their entire life. You cannot receive what you have never learned to see. Every great transformation begins first as an image inside the heart and mind. Before anything becomes visible in your hands, it must become clear within your spirit. This is how divine change begins, not on the outside, but deep within you. When God places a promise over your life, He does not start by changing your surroundings. He starts by challenging your vision. Because if your inner picture remains small, limited, and filled with doubt, then even the greatest opportunities can pass right by you unnoticed. But when your vision expands, when you begin to see beyond your current condition, something begins to shift. You start recognizing possibilities where others see problems. You begin to move with confidence, even when there is no visible evidence yet. Think about it. Every building you see today was once just a blueprint in someone's mind. Every invention, every success, every breakthrough first existed as an invisible idea. In the same way, your future must first be formed internally before it can ever manifest externally. If you cannot picture yourself rising, growing, and walking in abundance, then your life will continue to reflect that limitation. This is why your imagination is not something to ignore. It is something to discipline and direct. Instead of allowing fear, failure, and past disappointments to shape what you see, you must begin to intentionally create a new vision. See yourself succeeding. See yourself overcoming. See yourself living a life that once felt impossible. The clearer that picture becomes, the more your actions will begin to align with it. Many people remain stuck, not because they lack ability, but because they lack vision. They wake up each day repeating the same patterns, expecting different results, yet never taking time to redefine what they truly see for their lives. But the moment you change that inner image, everything else begins to follow. Your decisions become bolder. Your faith becomes stronger. Your persistence becomes unshakable. It may feel uncomfortable at first. Your current reality may not match what you are trying to see. But that is exactly where transformation begins, in the gap between what is and what could be. You must learn to hold on to the vision, even when circumstances try to contradict it. Because what you consistently see internally will eventually override what you temporarily experience externally. Guard your vision carefully. Do not allow negativity, doubt, or the opinions of others to distort what has been placed inside you. There will always be voices telling you to be realistic, to lower your expectations, to stay within limits. But if the vision comes from a higher purpose, then it is not meant to fit within human limitations. It is meant to stretch you, grow you, and elevate you. As you begin to see differently, you will also begin to live differently. Opportunities that once seemed invisible will become clear. Paths that once felt closed will begin to open. And slowly, what you have been seeing in your spirit will start taking form in your reality. Because in the end, your life will always move in the direction of your vision. And when you learn to see beyond where you are, you position yourself to step into what has already been prepared for you. Faith is more than just a feeling or a quiet hope. It is a dynamic force that has the power to shape reality itself. Faith is not passive. It is active, alive, and speaking. When you understand that faith can create what the natural eye cannot yet see, you begin to grasp why some people move forward in life where others remain stuck in struggle and limitation. Faith has a voice, and that voice carries authority. When God says something, He does not simply suggest it, He declares it. And when your faith aligns with His word, you begin to speak that same authority into your life. Think about creation itself. The universe was formed by God's spoken word. He did not think it quietly in His mind. He spoke it into existence. And you are created in His image. That means you are designed to exercise that same principle. Your words, powered by faith, can shape your destiny. When faith speaks, it creates. It moves mountains. It shifts circumstances that seem impossible and opens doors that human effort alone cannot unlock. The moment you begin to declare God's promises over your life, you activate a spiritual power that brings what is unseen into the realm of reality. Many people misunderstand faith because they have only seen it as hope. or wishful thinking. But real faith is a forceful declaration that refuses to be silenced by doubt or delayed by circumstance. When your spirit rises in faith, it begins to attract the unseen into your life. Faith does not argue with reality. It ignores impossibilities and insists on God's promise. Every time you say, "This is possible," when all evidence says otherwise, you are exercising a creative authority that reshapes your world. Faith also requires consistency. It is not a one-time declaration that disappears when trouble comes. True faith stands firm in the middle of storms, in the absence of visible results, and in the silence of delay. It does not waver when obstacles appear. Instead, it doubles down, declares God's truth, and refuses to back down. Faith is strengthened through declaration, repetition, and an unwavering trust that God's promises are already set in motion even when you cannot yet see them with your eyes. Words are the vehicle of faith. When you speak in faith, you are planting seeds that will grow into reality. Every affirmation, every declaration of God's promises is like a spiritual blueprint that begins to manifest. That is why it is so important to guard your tongue and ensure that what comes out of your mouth aligns with what God has spoken. Negative words, complaints, and doubts can cancel the power of faith. But declarations rooted in God's word bring life, favor, and abundance. Faith is also the bridge between the promise and its fulfillment. God gives promises, but they require human faith to activate them. Without faith, God's word remains a possibility. With faith, it becomes an inevitability. It is faith that moves you from being a passive observer of life to an active participant in God's plan. The moment you speak faith over your finances, your career, your health, or your destiny, you are stepping into the creative power of God and calling your future into existence. Finally, faith is contagious. When others witness your unwavering belief, it inspires them to see and believe as well. Your declarations, your bold prayers, and your confident vision create a spiritual momentum that not only transforms your life, but influences everyone around you. In this way, faith is not only the force that brings God's promises to you, it is the light that leads others toward their own breakthroughs. In short, faith is alive, active, and speaking. It is not enough to believe quietly. You must speak boldly, declare consistently, and align every word with God's promises. When you do, you tap into a supernatural power that moves mountains, opens doors, and brings the unseen into reality. Faith does not wait for the evidence to appear. It creates the evidence. And when your faith aligns with God's word, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Many people never reach the fullness of what God has planned for them because they are trapped in small thinking. Small thinking is a subtle enemy. It disguises itself as humility, as realism, or even as practicality. But in truth, it limits the greatness that God desires to release through your life. It convinces you to settle for less than your divine potential, to aim for comfort instead of destiny, and to accept limitations when God has promised abundance. If you want to step into the promise of being a billionaire, not just in wealth, but in impact, influence, and purpose, you must first confront the chains of small thinking. Small thinking begins in the mind. It is the internal dialogue that tells you, I can't do this, or I don't deserve that, or it's impossible for someone like me. These thoughts are powerful because they shape your actions. You may have talent, you may have vision, but if your mind is conditioned to think small, your life will reflect that limitation. You will avoid risks, miss opportunities, and accept mediocrity as normal. The truth is, God cannot fully operate in a life that is restricted by self-imposed boundaries. He wants to expand you, but first, you must expand your thinking. Breaking the chains of small thinking requires awareness and intentionality. You must first recognize the ways your mind has been conditioned to settle for less. Perhaps it was your environment growing up, the opinions of people around you, or the fear of failure that taught you to shrink your expectations. Whatever the source, the first step to freedom is identifying it. Once you are aware, you can begin to challenge and replace those thoughts with the truth of God's Word. Every promise from God is bigger than your past, bigger than your current limitations, and bigger than any human obstacle. Your mind must rise to meet that level. The next step is to cultivate a mindset of possibility. Begin to rehearse in your spirit what it looks like to live without limits. Imagine what it would feel like to have the level of abundance God is calling you to. Picture yourself making decisions with confidence, not fear. Visualize opportunities flowing to you, doors opening, and resources coming to support your purpose. The more clearly you see it, the more natural it becomes for your actions to align with it. Your outer reality will eventually follow the vision that you consistently hold in your heart. Breaking small thinking also requires bold faith in action. It is not enough to imagine or hope. You must take steps that stretch your comfort zone. Every time you act beyond what your current resources or understanding suggest, you are breaking old patterns and creating new possibilities. These actions signal to God and to the spiritual realm that you are ready for greater things. Small thinking tells you to wait, to hold back, and to doubt. But faith combined with action moves you into alignment with God's promise. Another key to breaking these chains is surrounding yourself with visionaries and positive influences. Your environment shapes your thinking. And if you are constantly surrounded by people who see limitations instead of opportunities, your mind will stay trapped in the same small patterns. Seek out those who dream boldly, who think big, and who encourage growth. Their perspective will help expand your imagination and reinforce the belief that what God has promised is not only possible, but inevitable. Finally, breaking the chains of small thinking requires persistence. The old patterns will try to return. Doubts, fears, and discouragement will knock at your door. But every time you reject them and choose to see bigger, stronger, and higher, you are reinforcing the new mindset. Remember, God's promises are meant to stretch you, not just to give you more, but to transform you into someone capable of carrying that blessing. Small thinking limits not only what you receive, but who you become. Reject it, confront it, and replace it with faith-filled, expansive thinking. Only then will you position yourself to step fully into the abundant life that God has declared over you. There is a divine principle at work in every life that longs for extraordinary breakthrough. A principle often misunderstood, overlooked, or ignored. It is the principle of spiritual incubation, the season in which what God has promised is being prepared, even when nothing appears to be happening. Too many people expect instant results, instant provision, or instant success. But God works in His timing, not ours. There is a process to every promise, a hidden preparation that occurs before the manifestation of abundance. Understanding this law is essential if you are going to step fully into the reality of being a billionaire. Not only financially, but spiritually, emotionally, and in influence. This process begins with patience. Patience is not simply waiting idly, it is active trust. It is the quiet confidence that what God has promised will come to pass even if the world says otherwise. Many give up because they cannot see the end from the beginning. They measure God's work by what they see in the natural instead of trusting the unseen. But the unseen is where everything begins. Just as a farmer plants a seed in the dark soil and waits for it to grow, God plants His promises in the invisible realm of your spirit, nurturing them until they are ready to emerge in your life. The season may feel long, but it is necessary for the strength, character, and wisdom required to handle the blessing. During this season of incubation, your faith is being tested, refined, and strengthened. It is easy to celebrate a promise when everything is visible and convenient. But the true measure of faith is how you respond when the fulfillment is delayed. Will you complain, doubt, or give up? Or will you trust, remain steadfast, and continue to act in alignment with the promise? The incubation period is where resilience is built. It is where your character is forged in the fire of patience and expectation. Without it, the blessings you receive may slip through your hands because you are not yet ready to steward them. The process also involves growth and preparation. While you wait, God is equipping you with the skills, resources, and the connections necessary to receive and sustain the promise. You may not see it, but every challenge, every setback, and every season of waiting is training you for something greater. Incubation is never wasted time. It is the divine workshop where your potential is expanded and your vision refined. What seems like a delay is actually design, a meticulous preparation to ensure that when the promise manifests, you can handle it wisely, humbly, and effectively. Another key aspect of this process is spiritual alignment. During incubation, God is teaching you to align your thoughts, actions, and words with His Word. He is guiding you to think in ways that are consistent with His promises and to speak with faith even in the absence of visible results.